There have been hundreds of mass shootings in the U.S. since the beginning of the year, many taking place inside schools.
In light of this, there's a conscious effort to make schools safer. We spoke with a local architecture firm where safe design is top of mind.
We specialize in K-12, higher education design, colleges and universities, healthcare, commercial, and government. So we basically do everything but single-family residential.
Matt Slagle is the director of K-12 education for TowerPinkster.
We've worked with about 50 to 60 of the school districts in West Michigan.
One of his jobs is making schools safer, and it all starts, he says, at the main entrance.
First thing we like to talk about is passive supervision. So we use that person with the eyes at the front door, so it's typically the receptionist, and we try to give them as much visual control, and that is something we can affect with architecture because we can control the windows, we can control the walls.
Other safety measures involve technology, like doors that are controlled with the use of a button or access card. Advanced cameras are also being installed.
What they can do with cameras now, it's amazing. A lot of these systems that they're putting in schools with the cameras have facial recognition.
Even the hallways and common areas are being redesigned with some input from law enforcement.
To bring the person who's going to respond to a threat into the design process is always a good way to do it. When we spoke to public safety, they said, okay, so as we move through a threat, they want something that is not made of foam to hide behind. So they approach things differently than we would in normal design. And that's really easy for us to do because we can just kind of extend that wall.
Renovations like these aren't cheap, typically millions of dollars, and the construction can take years. But many agree these investments are worth every dollar.
If you think about the schools that have existed for 100 years, they have different editions. The core is from the 30s, and then they've got the 50s, and then they've got the 70s. And then they've got the 90s wing, that's that new gymnasium, and they've got the 2000s, that's the science lab. And you go, okay, so what do we have to replace? We have to replace the core. It's a difficult process, but it's worth it in the end.
Another way schools are being made safer is with bullet-resistant film, which is placed on windows. It is a bit expensive to do over a large area, but Slagle pointed out grants are available. It's up to each school to decide what needs upgraded and how much they're able to spend.